More news ahead, including hunting a schoolgirl's killer, the task facing French detectives in Cornwall. Checkbook journalism, the heavy price paid when selling your story to the newspapers. And the first goal of the English season. But are foreign transfers thwarting young talent?
What I would hate to see is an influx of foreign players, and then we're stunting the growth of our youth team players.
Discovery, daring, original, observe, marvel, Mayflower, extraordinary, Eddystone, Elizabeth.
Cuprinol quick-drying wood stain. It's unbelievably good-looking.
To make time for the more important things, we have to decide to do less. That is why at the Bristol & West, we specialize only in the more important financial matters. Mortgages, savings, investments, and nothing else.
When I got rid of my grey hair, I wanted a natural look. So I didn't take any chances. I used a sure thing for a natural look called Just for Men.
Apply Just for Men and in 5 minutes rinse. Especially timed to blend away grey, bring back your natural look, and condition hair.
It's a sure thing.
Just for Men, a sure thing for a natural look.
Men, is grey hair in your moustache making you look too old? You need Just for Men gel. Brush in, rinse out. Grey's gone in just 5 minutes.
MFI sale now on. Only our cabinets are guaranteed 20% less than any other national retailer. And now there's up to 50% off all cabinets in 47 kitchen styles. Oven, hob, extractor, sink, taps and washing machine are included in this Polar kitchen. All complete under £700. But hurry, these offers end on August 28th.
At Rover dealers, we're never satisfied until we're sure our customers are.
Pack your bags, everyone, and head off to North Devon. Leave your cares behind, 'cause there's fun to be had. For a taste of heaven, come on to North Devon, England's green and pleasant land.
For your free holiday guide to North Devon, call Barnstable 23455 now.
He didn't.
He did.
He did.
He did, you know.
Oh, he didn't.
He did. I saw it.
What with the...
Oh, I.
She's been at that ski fruit glide.
Fresh, fruity, and virtually fat-free. No taste lifts you like Ski Fruit Light. Get the ski lift.
Oh, he didn't.
He did.
Welcome back. French police arrived in Cornwall today to resume their investigation into the murder of schoolgirl Caroline Dickinson. Under the supervision of British police, they'll spend several weeks in Launceston re-interviewing staff and pupils from Caroline's school. Their headmaster said her friends were anxious but determined to help. From Cornwall, here's our South of England correspondent, Robert Hall.
They face a sensitive task and a community desperate for progress in this month-long murder inquiry.
A girl from Northumberland has been reunited with her mother after her parents were arrested for drug smuggling in Morocco. Victoria Richard, who's now 8, had been in the care of the British consul in Tangier. Her mother Jill was released, but her father David was sentenced to 5 years in prison. The 31-year-old man appeared in court today charged with the murder of Liverpool vicar Christopher Gray, who was found stabbed to death in his own churchyard. Terence Story was remanded in custody until Monday. Postal workers are threatening to stage a 4-day strike if there aren't new talks on their pay dispute. They'll escalate the action on August the 30th if talks aren't reopened by Thursday, when the next 1-day stoppage is planned. The decision by the multiple pregnancy mother Mandy Allwood to sell her story to a newspaper has sparked a furious controversy. Like many before her, the attraction of a journalist's chequebook has proved irresistible. But what is it like to hand your life over to a newspaper, and does it leave you wishing you hadn't? For tonight's special report, Martyn Davies spoke to two women who also sold their stories to find out if it was really worth it.
Really blonde?
Hello? I wish it was blonde.
Dawn Griffiths has been on the receiving end of chequebook journalism.
The main headline again tonight is a new development in the battle over royal privacy. The press has been told to keep its distance during the Queen's traditional holiday at Balmoral in Scotland. And finally, the Scots have already started, and tonight the English soccer season got underway. Manchester City beat Ipswich 1-0 in the First Division. Tomorrow, the big boys in the Premiership kick off with an unprecedented number of foreign players on show. But is it good for the game's long-term future? Here's Peter Staunton.
It's back and it's never been so popular. The football season kicked off for the first time with a Friday night game. Manchester's other club, City, desperate to get back into the Premier League after relegation last season. And fans around the country are looking forward to the league's new multinational look. Ravanelli to Middlesbrough, joining Robson's South American imports. Ruud Gullit bringing Vialli to Chelsea on a free transfer. It'll only cost the club £3 million in wages. And one of the few new stars of Euro 96, Karol Poborski, set to help favourites Manchester United make the running once again. Since the 70s, when QPR were the fashion team, there's been a dramatic rise in foreign players. At the start of the 78-79 season, there were just 4. When the Premier League was formed in '92, it had 20 foreign players. Now there are 80 foreigners registered for the Premier League alone. And one manager thinks it may be too many, that young, homegrown talent might be squeezed out.
What I would hate to see is an influx of foreign players, and then we're stunting the growth of our youth team players. You know, we happen to have 1 or 2 coming through, which is nice.
But with the best of British, Alan Shearer commanding a £15 million price tag, even the richest clubs are importing new talent.
The market in England is horrendous now, you know, that, well, you just look at the Alan Shearer deal. And I think that you do get far better value abroad.
And tonight, it was another foreigner, the Georgian Kinkladze, who made the goal for Lomas, which gave Manchester City their first 3 points on the long haul back to the Premier League. Peter Staunton, News at 10.
And that's News at 10 tonight and for this week. ITN has bulletins throughout the weekend here on ITV. The late news tomorrow night is at 5 to 8. And we're back on Monday. For now, from all the team at ITN, good night and have a good weekend.
Hello, good evening. Well, last summer the sun shone for weeks on end without interruption. Not quite that good this summer, more mixed. We have to make the most of the sunshine where we find it. And we'll find plenty of it this weekend, a fine, warm and sunny weekend for most of us. Just the far northwest, troubled by passing weather fronts, rather more cloud and spots of rain there. As you can see on today's chart, it's not going to change very much through the weekend. High pressure close by. A weak weather front across Scotland today produced patchy cloud. And just behind my head, there's another weather system coming our way. More patchy cloud and light rain for the far northwest. But for most of Britain, fine and dry. The weather front today was very weak. You can see on the satellite picture, broken cloud across the north and west, and even that's beginning to move away now. Down in the Mediterranean, clear blue skies. If you're heading off on holiday, temperatures there around the 30s, so very hot in the south. As for tonight, most of Britain dry, the odd spot of drizzle perhaps in the northwest, but most of us seeing a dry night, temperatures down to around 11, and a few patches of mist and fog to watch out for if you're out on the roads. And that patchy fog perhaps still there for a few hours tomorrow morning, but it shouldn't last too long. With the sun getting to work, the fog will soon burn away, just staying a bit misty around the south and west there. And there's the weather fronts brushing across the northwest. That's the only corner of Britain, really, that has more in the way of cloud and spots of rain. Now, tomorrow's going to be a very warm day, temperatures between 23 and 27 for most of us. 27 is 81. And if anything changes at all on Sunday, it's just the temperatures. They get even higher for most of us, around 30 perhaps in parts of the south. Very warm further north too, just the far northwest, as I've said before, troubled by those thicker clouds and spots of rain. A fine sunny weekend for most of us. Do enjoy it. Here's a summary.
Sponsored by Powergen, generating electricity, whatever the weather.